much for taking your time to meet with me to do the podcast. Good morning.
Good morning, Ala. Happy to do it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being so generous and so kind. Could you please share about yourself, about your journey prior to Fibonacci Trading Institute, and what have you done for a living before?
Sure. I'm a 63-year-old retired board certified radiation oncologist. I practiced clinical radiation oncology for about 30 years and then worked in the insurance industry for overlapping that time for the last 2 years, excuse me. On the side, is probably common with a lot of physicians. I've been always very interested in the markets and trading, but never, in terms of stock trading, was mostly a momentum trader and never really did it in what I would consider a professional sense. But I had a good amount of success with that, and then I took up options trading. I'm largely self-taught. I've read some books, took some classes, and have had good success with options. But I've never. But with the options trading, they typically tell you about the mechanics of trading options, but not generally whether or not it's a good time to make a trade and what kind of trade, therefore. So you're a little bit flying blind that way. And I even took recently a course elsewhere where the course was basically about non-directional options trading. But in that course, I found that everything is directional. It's very hard to trade non-directionally. So that anyway. So that's my background, and then as far as the directional aspects, we can talk more about that with regards to you.
Yeah, so why did you decide to join Fibonacci Trading Institute? What sparked that?
Well, I've always been interested in technical analysis. At one point, I thought I would get my MTA degree, the Market Technicians Association degree, but I never really had time for that with my career in medicine and whatnot. But I retired from medicine and the insurance medical industry on July 4th of this past year in 2021. And I had put off trading in a serious sense for all that time. And now this was my opportunity to finally do so. It was on my bucket list, so to speak. So I did. And so I began gathering more additional information, and you were on one of these money shows, and I had always been interested in Fibonacci retracements, and fascinated by Fibonacci numbers and whatnot, and so but not in a sophisticated a manner as you teach, and then I saw you on the Money Show, and it was like bingo. I need to get in contact with this lady. This was speaking to me. This was I was very interested. I knew I wanted to do this, and so I went to the Money Show, and then I later contacted you, and I joined the Alpha Fibonacci Institute, and here we are.
Yes, I remember your phone call. I remember how you called right after the webinar. You were very, very excited to join, and we started working ever since. So, what do you
Yes.
like about Alpha Fibonacci System?
Oh my God. While I'm still learning, I'm still learning. There's just so, first of all, First of all, one thing I like about it, and actually it's kind of a thing that I like and I don't like, but it's all complementary to you, is that it is so the system. Well, the system is a good system, but to learn the system, you have so much material on your website. I mean, if somebody pays to join your system, they ought to know that they're not going to get three videos and a slide deck and that's it. There is so much material in this system. You've been so prolific that it is very difficult to get through it all. Uh, but there's no rush. There's no. It's not a race, and everybody can do it in their own time, and that's what I've been doing, and it's been terrific. So the what I like about it is your teaching. First of all, you are a tremendous teacher. Um, the system is it's very sophisticated yet very simple in a way. I guess I guess when if for somebody who's been trading a while, uh, to to take your system and your teachings and what you teach is like, why didn't I think like, why didn't I pay attention to this all these years? I knew some of these concepts, but I didn't know them in as sophisticated a manner as you teach them. But it's like, why didn't I think of this? And so taking your system really, taking your teachings, it's really great because you highlight these things we've been overlooking as traders, and now we have guidance, we have a direction. We have a direction. Yes, if you follow this, you will be successful. And you have so many graduates who have been successful, and it's not a story. They're out there. I mean, I'm doing this podcast. You've done podcasts with many other Fibonacci Institute graduates. So it's real. These people are real people who've taken your system, achieved success. Anybody can do it. And I don't know. It's been great. And I'm still learning. I'm far from done, as you know.
So, do you find it stressful or find it great to trade with the system?
It's not. I think the system. I've been doing options trading. I haven't been day trading yet, as you know. We're working on that. Um, but for options trading, it's not been stressful. As a matter of fact, because of the sense of direction the system gives me, it reduces stress in a way. I think the only stress that I have is self-inflicted because I'm serious about learning. There's so much to learn. Because you've been so prolific with the videos and the modules, and you teach every 4 days a week, and then you have private mentoring. It is very intensive, and you are a good teacher, and I mean this in a complimentary way, demanding, but that's good because it makes the student rise to the occasion. It makes the student feel that you need to take this seriously. I mean, I know you paid a lot of money, but you need to take this seriously. And so the pressure is self-inflicted on the student to take this seriously, which they should be doing because they paid for the course and the information. So, but in terms of the system, once you learn it, I mean, I think it reduces stress.
I love it. Thank you so much. That's the ultimate goal, to reduce the stress. So, how much time do you spend trading options with Alpha Fibonacci system?
Well, I've been trading, as you know, I've been trading options for a living since I retired on July 4th of 2021, and I joined your the Alpha Fibonacci Institute. I think it was in November, and I sent you some of my track record since November, And so to answer your question, I've been trading. Uh, I've been tra- I well, I'll have to clarify this. I've been trading full time uh, for a living and using um, long-term indicators, long-term indicators and concepts of the system in order to do that. But I'm not sitting at my computer screen all day. Far from it. Very little time at the computer screen. As a matter of fact, I have my trading desk. I look at my charts and I see where where we are in the market, and then I go ahead and I determine whether I'm going to make trades or not, what kind of trades, and a lot of times I place those trades on my phone because you could do that with options. At least I can. So, but then I do it at my desk too. So, I've been doing it full time for a living. That's how I make income for my family since I've retired, by trading options. And I sent you my track record. I've achieved success with it. My success rate is 100%. I have not had a losing
In how many months?
trade
In how many
yet.
months, Richard?
How many months?
Uh-huh. So your success rate 100% in how many months? Three, four?
Well, since I joined in November, so what's that? December, January, February. So about 3 months, but then and before I joined, from July, August, September, October. Before I found you, I've also traded, but of course not with the concepts and not with large volume of contracts. But I still had 100% success. But once I joined the institute and begin learning these concepts, I've been able to trade with more confidence, increase my contract size, and still have a 100% track record. But I'm making more money now because I'm trading with more confidence, more of a sense of direction, so to speak, and I love it. I love it. It's been great. I think I'm going to have even more success with this.
Oh, I have no doubt. So what is your return percentage-wise? What is your return and any figures you'd like to share on your account?
It's hard. Mostly what I've been doing is selling covered calls on a large stock position that I have. I have sold some puts, um, but mostly 95% of my trading has been selling covered calls and managing those covered calls for profit. All of them have been for profit. I have 100% positive, no loser track record. Let me see, to get to your question directly. So I would say that it's hard to calculate the return on investment because the each trade is, if you sell a covered call and you never buy it back to close, one could figure that that was a 100% return or a 100% profit. But I don't usually do that because of my large contract size. And you teach to be a sniper, basically. You have a sniper mentality. I don't go for 100%. If the market is going to go down and the stock price is going to go down, then maybe I will hold it. But if I see in a matter of a few days that I can get about 20, 30, 40% profit, 50% profit, I'll take that because of my large contract size. That's still a lot of money that turns over the trade fast, and I can place another trade. And I'm trading options that are about five, let's say, mostly now about 5 to 10 days in expiration. So short dated options. I just calculated this with the last amount of money that I took in profit after taxes. I've made since November to date about $150,000.
And what would that accumulate to annual return?
Well, as I wrote you in an email, that $150,000 included a lot of trades with very small contract sizes in the beginning, and I've been ramping up the contract size more recently as I gain more of a understanding of the system and a comfort level and kind of get into the groove, you know. So if we annualize uh, uh, trades at the higher contract size, forgetting about the small contract size in the beginning, probably that I estimated that if I continue at the rate I'm going with the higher contract size and the success I'm having, I think after taxes, I could make about $600,000 annually.
Phenomenal work, absolutely phenomenal. And seeing what an incredible effort you have made, you can easily operate your own hedge fund.
That's not my goal, but okay. I mean, I don't know a lot about hedge funds. I'm really just managing money for my family.
Right, right. It's
Uh,
just another word to mention. Yes,
yeah,
yes.
okay. Something to talk about later.
So, any other feedback about Fibonacci Trading Institute and me as a mentor? Any other advice for those who are thinking about joining us?
I would encourage anybody who's serious about taking their trading to the next level, be it day trading, options trading, any kind of trading, to get in contact with you, but only if you're serious and have time to devote, because this is a serious system. It takes effort to learn it. Uh, I've I've learned, it's taken me some time to understand that, but I understand it now. And I would say that if you have time to devote and are serious about it, contact Ala and the Alpha Fibonacci Institute to take your trading to the next level. But don't do this if it's on a whim, or you're not serious, or you're not committed, or you think you're going to do this in a lackadaisical manner, because it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's only going to work if you put the effort into it. And then if you do that, the amount of effort you put in will correlate to the amount of returns you get on the back end, which are substantial.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inspiring others. Thank you so much for sharing your phenomenal journey and your phenomenal success. It can't get any better than 100% success rate. So your effort reflects your phenomenal success. So thank you so much, Richard. Absolute joy working with you. Thank you so
Likewise.
much for taking your time to share your story. And I look forward to our next mentoring session.
Thank you very much, Ala. My pleasure. Happy to work with you. It's been terrific.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you so much. Have an incredible afternoon.
You too. Take care. Thank you.